Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering how to write a book while working full-time. Believe me, it's not easy. I've done it myself. But you can do it too, if you just commit 10 minutes a day to your book. By the end of this video, you will learn how to plan your book, how to make progress with writing sprints, and the power of working with a coach or a ghostwriter. And stay tuned until the end of the video for a free opportunity. Let's dive in. First things first, if you are writing a book while working full-time, things are busy. You have a lot of things going on your end. Don't beat yourself up. It's not easy to juggle all those things at once. Again, I've been there myself. I know what it feels like to work full-time while working on a book. I've done it, and a lot of times when I had other things happening, when I was busy, I didn't make as much progress. I remember a book I worked on about a baseball player named Ken Caminiti. And for a long time, I worked overnights, which gave me a lot of free time during the day to make progress on the book. And when I shifted off overnights, which was a very nice thing, I was very tired of working on overnights, I didn't have as much free time during the day to call people. I was stuck in meetings and had tasks, day-to-day tasks to cover. I couldn't make as much progress, and my progress slowed down. So I know all too well what it feels like to have to carry forward with the book when you have other things happening. Same thing goes for the writing itself. I spent a long time working on the research of the book and interviewing people, and then I began writing the book. And I actually had to spend a lot of my overnight hours writing because I was not going to finish the book in time otherwise. I don't think that's a realistic goal for most people, but it's not easy to write a book while juggling full-time tasks. So I get it, I've been there, but within this video, I hope there's some tips that can help you forward. The first tip I want to share is to have a plan. Have a plan for writing the book. Have a plan for structuring the book. Have a plan in place for every single thing, and that way you can focus on specific tasks instead of just aimlessly wandering along, wondering if the things that you're writing are going to be in the book, wondering if the progress you're making is any good. Do the work, do the hard work first, the foundational work, figure out what you want to write, figure out what you want to say, who you're sharing that message to, and why the story resonates, why the story matters to them, how they're going to carry forward with this story in their life. Once you do all that foundation work, it's going to help you structure the book accordingly. It's going to help you build a structure and an outline that really matches the goals of the book. And the book is going to be infused with purpose, which is an awesome thing. By doing that early work, you're going to save yourself so much time on the back end. There's so many times where I've worked on a project that didn't have an outline and a structure, and I didn't know if anything I was doing was going to be a part of the final product. You don't want to do that for book writing. You really want to be purposeful and think of the book subject as all the things inside the frame of this story, and everything outside of the frame of the story you want to just let go. Those aren't part of the book. There's certainly times where the book will evolve and change, and the frame's going to change accordingly, but you really want to make sure to make the most of the time and make the most of the effort that you have. Because if you're working full-time and you're busy and you're juggling all these things, the last thing you want to do is do a bunch of writing that isn't going to have any impact and isn't going to be a part of your book. Once you do that foundation work, the next step is really to start making progress in doing writing. You probably don't have the time to sit down for hours on end typing away at your keyboard. I get it. Again, I've been there. Your best bet is probably by doing writing sprints. If you have 10 minutes in your day, you can do a writing sprint. All you do is sit down and type for 10 minutes. That's it. There's no worry about punctuation, spelling, grammar, anything. Just write the words that come out, and then you can refine them later and figure out if they actually are part of the book or not. But by thinking about it in terms of these 10-minute increments, you can make a lot of progress. And writing a book is really a reflection of incremental progress. It's about making little incremental gains here and here and here and here, day by day by day. It's about building writing habits into your day. Think about that. Think about writing habits. What are your writing habits? What are the good writing habits you have? How are you factoring writing into your day-to-day life? If it's writing sprints for 10 minutes a day, great. If it's going for a walk and recording audio of yourself and using that audio for transcription and getting these transcribed texts and then turning them into chapters, great. If it's sitting on the subway and typing away on your keypad, if it's taking a notepad with you and going to the nearby coffee shop and sitting down doing some writing, great. Whatever the case may be, find the time to do writing. Find consistent, steady time to do writing. Pick a day every week where you just do writing for an hour. Schedule it into your day. Make sure that you make a commitment to this. This isn't about just saying you're doing it, it's about doing it. And in order to do it, you need to actually spend the time and make healthy habits around it. So make sure to schedule time. Make sure to schedule an hour here or there. Spend a night doing it every week. Make it consistent. And by doing that consistently, you're going to make more and more progress. Now you're going to start to see gains, and you're going to start to feel this commitment and connection to the project, because now you have a chapter done, or 2 chapters done, or 3 chapters done. Next thing you know, you're halfway done. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm halfway. And you keep going, and then it's finished. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling to be able to finish a draft, but it really starts with 1 word, 1 paragraph, 1 page at a time. Now, if you see a book by somebody and think about how busy they are and say, I don't think they had the time to write the book, they probably didn't, and they probably didn't write it themselves. They probably worked with a ghostwriter like me. I am a ghostwriter, and what that means is I work with clients to help them write their stories. I meet with them typically for 1 hour a week. They talk to me about various aspects of their story, their message, their goals, and I take those ideas and turn them into chapters. I write them for the authors, send them the chapter for review, we go back and forth, and we keep moving forward from there. And over the course of 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, we finish a draft of this book that at one time seemed insurmountable. The thing I love about working with clients like that is that it allows them to continue forward with their busy life without making compromises. If somebody can meet with me for an hour a week for 3 to 6 months, I can typically finish their draft if it's a straightforward kind of project. I remember one business leader I worked with in the tech space, and it was interesting. We met every week, and we talked through different topics, and I would send them a draft. And after 2.5 months, we had a draft of the book. It was finished. It was clean. It was good. It was a good read. And now the author is using that book to promote their company, to do speaking engagements and do bulk buy sales opportunities, and to establish themselves as an expert in the space that they're in. Just an awesome thing. And I love to see the fact that they were able to write this book with my help while not compromising on their busy schedule. I've worked with lots of CEOs that way, and it's always special to see that. To see my ghostwriting support as a force multiplier of me being able to help them refine and share their message and bring it out in the best way possible, and they're not giving back, they're not compromising, they're not stepping back from their job, they're not, only going halfway in. They're still super busy, but they're still driving forward with the book. It's really common, and you think about celebrities doing that, but there's non-celebrities who do it all the time. I've gone to the bookstore and picked up books of mine that were self-published, that were written by somebody that most people don't know, but the book is on the bookshelf, it was a bestseller, and I ghost wrote it. And it was really cool to pick up that book and say, I wrote this. No one knows I wrote this, but I did it. My name's not on it, but here I am, I wrote this book. And it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to help people share their messages and bring them forward. But that's the beauty of it. When you are a business leader or a CEO or a thought leader, somebody who's super busy with a full-time job, and you don't have the time to write the book, there's other options at play. The reality is you don't need to give up on your book dream just because of how busy you are, that you could still make it work. I've worked with people who work 90 and 100 hours a week and help them write a book. It's possible. It's not easy, but it's possible. And working with somebody like me allows you to be able to do that. If you want to learn more about writing a book while working full-time, I have the perfect course for you. It's called Good Book Blueprint. Just head to goodbookblueprint.com. You can click the link below. I recorded the course with a friend and collaborator of mine named Nate Woodbury, who deals with YouTube production. And we talked through the entire process of writing a book from beginning to end. It's a straightforward course. It's a simple course. It's not going to take a lot of your time. I know how busy you are. But I think it will be really helpful for you just to get a bigger perspective and a bigger picture of just the entire book process, and just to help you feel more comfortable as you embark on this journey yourself. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.